Hey everyone, let's talk about my year of rest and relaxation. Now, I wanted this book after I first saw this cover. Just the look on this woman's face expresses the exhausted and tired I've been feeling for a while, and the idea of taking a year off to rest may have crossed my mind once or 1,000 times. So, this book intrigued me. And since I was already interested in the book, I didn't bother with reading the synopsis or checking out reviews. I just wanted to have it. And I really liked it. This book is written in a very captivating way. You start off by meeting this young woman that really wants to just sleep and hibernate for a year. And I could relate. I could really relate to that, but not really in a good way, and it didn't make me sympathetic to the character. This is a first-person narration, and the young woman is at the end of her 20s. She's rather vain and tired, and she wants to sleep and escape the world. And in the beginning, you don't really understand why. And it really, I don't know if it's jealousy that she has the means to do that, or that you feel otherwise she should try harder or whatever. But you are interested in her. Her strategy of how to sleep for a year is finding a really bad psychiatrist and get a lot of prescriptions for a lot of medication that makes you tired and that she can sleep, and she lies her way through her therapy. And this is rather frustrating to a point, but the writing, the way she talks about herself, is also a way how she doesn't want you to like her. You notice that at some point, that you don't really like the woman, but you also know that she doesn't really like herself in the way that she narrates. The more you progress in the story and the more you get to know about her, you understand that her idea of sleeping for a year is her way of dealing with life, dealing with grief and a breakup, or rather a bad relationship, that she just has this idea of escaping for a year, sleeping, and wake up to a new and fresh world, feeling better and more resilient. Now, since I didn't read the flap inside the book or a synopsis or check out any reviews, I didn't really know where this book was headed. But as soon as the book was dated and placed in time, I had a bad feeling and an idea where it was going. And this was an underlying feeling or fear that accompanied me throughout the book, and it got worse at points, especially towards the end when you kind of know what's coming. You don't really know how it's coming or what is going to happen exactly, but you do know that it's coming, and it is an eerie feeling to have. Aside from that, we really only get her perspective in this book of how she perceives her year of hibernation and how she perceives the only friend who comes to visit her, Riva, her best friend, how she perceives her, what she thinks of her, the way she judges her, basically at how she looks at their relationship and their friendship and what it actually is now. And in that, you already can tell that it's her not making her look her best. And that's a feeling that you get throughout the book. The narrator doesn't want you to like her. She wants you to understand her and follow her through her pain and everything, and through her year and her experiences. That's a very interesting part of the book, that you really see everything through the narrator's eyes, and also the experiences she has with hibernating and with the interactions with other people, and sometimes her memories of her past and her life, and the way she has been disappointed by the art life and her family life and relationships and everything. That's part of the appeal of this book, I think, that you really see how this woman perceived her life. And then at the end, when the year of sleep is over, how she feels after that, and then of course the ending. And I don't know, I think it's a very interesting book. Always keeping in mind that she tells us the story. It's not like we are participating in it, but we sort of are. And it's not like she wants us to pity her. I think she sometimes wants us to judge her and not forgive her. And looking at the book, I think it starts off with her trying to deal with grief and loss and feeling sleeping for a year could be a solution. And then at the end of the book, she's basically back to where she started, that she really doesn't know how to deal with life. And it's sort of sad, but also so real. it's just how you feel. It's like you always need to find a way of dealing with life, dealing with loss, with grief, with the reality of things. And yeah, I don't know. I highly recommend this book. If you have read it, I would like to know what you thought about the book. If you haven't and you're interested, pick it up. I really flew through it. The writing just pushes you along. I had trouble putting it down because I was just so in the story. So let's talk about my year of rest and relaxation in comments. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.